Alright, man. Blow me away.
World premiere.
It's pretty hard to do, but I believe Xbox is capable of doing it.
I told you, you can't run from me, you foul beast!
Demon game? Oh, no, it's not.
With new flexible legs, the yoke girth action figure can ride anything!
Yoked girth?
Breaking news. There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park.
Oh no,
Chaos
not again.
descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will.
No. Grounded 2? Grounded 2! Nah.
Left to fight for their survival in the backyard of a deranged scientist. Formerly evil company Ominent Practical Technologies was set to dedicate a statue of the 4 teenagers, fast food science robot Burgle, and Dr. Tully when an explosion erupted. Dr. Tully and the teenagers' current whereabouts are also unknown.
Grounded 2 is crazy, dude.
You gotta keep them separated.
Oh, wait a minute, dude. You can write ants? Did I see that correctly? Oh yeah, yup, you can write ants now? Oh my days, dude. Also, that spider's about to get whooped, alright? That's just a web, a bell spider, whatever. Those are worthless. This looks, oh my days, it looks crazy. Scorpion? What was that sword, dude? Look at that sword! Oh, the weapons are going crazy, dude. Oh, there he is, the spiders. Oh my days, dude. Oh my days. Yes! Oh! You can ride spiders? Nah. Hold on. Look, he's riding a spider, dude. I mean, it's going against the wolf spider though, so it doesn't really have much of a chance. But that's pretty fucking cool, dude. What the fuck? What the hell? That's crazy. Grounded 2? What the fuck? Wait, this year? It is. It's in like 20 days, dude. Yeah, I gotta notify my friend. Hold on. I need a picture. Hold up. Hold on. Hold on, bro. Oh my days, dude. Yo, this is insane. Holy grounded, dude. Incredible. Here we go. Grounded 2. Oh, the OST is still the same. I like that.
We're so proud of Grounded. What started as a small passion project to make a quirky game where you're shrunk down to the size of an ant, trying to survive in a backyard, grew into something way bigger than we ever imagined.
Yeah, till you updated the combat mechanics and made weapons completely useless. Most of the quirks that you could acquire that like gave you more attack and sacrificing for your HP, they just completely rewrote that and just made it horrible. That's when I stopped playing. It was like right after the update, after Hot and Hazy. Yeah, the Hot and Hazy update, and then it was like 2 updates later or something, they updated the fighting mechanics. And then you couldn't even beat those like insane ants anymore, even though I had the same exact weapons I already was using the entire time. It's insane, dude. The armor was garbage, you constantly died, and the weapons were underpowered as shit. So I hope they fixed it in Grounded 2, because if they don't make the combat mechanics or the combat balancing good, then there's no point in playing this game.
Over 25 million of you jumped in, explored, built, crafted, and fought off giant bugs together. Y'all helped make the entire experience very special to us. The team's been cooking up a ton for Grounded 2, and we're so excited to talk about it. And to grease some palms to steal a bit of time from the direct to give you a deeper look. There were so many possibilities and ideas that didn't make it into the first game. So with the sequel, we have the chance to dream bigger. To achieve those dreams, we partnered with the amazing folks at Eidos Montreal. Together, we're taking Grounded from the backyard.
Also, Unreal Engine 5, so this game's gonna be looking good.
To an even larger world, the Brook Hollow Community Park.
When we started working on Grounded 2, we knew that we wanted to make a bigger world. Fortunately for us, Eidos Montreal became our main partner on developing Grounded 2. They have a lot of similarities to the sorts of things that are important to us at Obsidian. They tend to make very narratively strong games. They make games with really deep characters and great character progression. They make games with great gameplay.
Everyone at Eidos Montreal is thrilled and honored to be working with Obsidian Entertainment. Our two studios share a lot of DNA. The same things that are important to Obsidian Entertainment are important to us. Choice and consequences.
That's important when you are collaborating on something,
justice to great IPs and great franchises. The fact that we're the first partners that they're working with to make a sequel to their franchise feels like we're an important part of their history.
The events of Grounded 2 take place 2 years after the first game. The same 4 teenagers are returning.
So there's Max, Hoops, Willow,
and Pete.
They're a couple years old.
Nobody played Pete. I'm telling you now. Nobody played Pete unless you had to and you were playing with 4 people and you were too late. Nobody's playing Pete, bro.
there's
I believe...
Max, Hoops.
I think I played as Hoops. I'm not quite sure anymore. I do remember I was a girl character because I didn't like the male characters.
Willow,
and Pete.
They're a couple years older, which means they've gone through a bit more high school, a bit more mature.
What?
It's 1992. The world's a little bit different.
What?
But we're still in that fun, nostalgic era.
Wait, how you mean they went to high school? They were tiny. Unless I missed the end of the game and they got back to their regular big selves and now they're shrunk again. What happened? Wait, what? That makes no sense, dude.
Of the early 1990s. In Grounded 2, we're moving the action out of the backyard and into the Brook Hollow Community Park. Not only is it bigger, it allows us to tell a lot more stories and expand the world of Grounded.
And I saw a lot of good traversal. You can ride on ants, you can ride on spiders. Like, the traversal is definitely very big, because if the area is bigger, you need better traversal than just running around with limited stamina.
By exploring what the community of Brook Hollow has been up to and what they've been through.
The park overall is about 3 times the size of the backyard, and our initial starting area is actually the same size as the entire backyard from the first Grounded. The reason we wanted to move into a park wasn't just to create a bigger world, but was to give us the opportunity to explore the community of Brook Hollow and what secrets have they been hiding.
Okay, so the whole thing about like the backyard was because the backyard had like all these weird scientific stuff because this weird scientist was living there, right? So there's gonna be like mysteries surrounding the community in the park. Okay, I mean I'm intrigued, but I'm reluctant to understand the how they're gonna do it, like, and how to make it like make sense and interesting. Because who cares that some random people do certain things in the park? Like, you know, like it has to be like very conscious.
Love, and what we're excited about in terms of the park, is the opportunity to create environments and landmarks that are mundane at normal size, but are colossal wonders when you're the size of an ant. Everything from a giant trash can to a community picnic table or a snack bar. All of these areas come to life in a brand new way.
Part of the fun in Grounded 2 is that the park was evacuated really quickly right before our teens were shrunk. And that means that the park has been sort of turned upside down and is in a topsy-turvy state. That leads to really fun environmental storytelling, but it also leads into the creation of amazing biomes for our characters to explore. One of my favorite examples of this is the ice cream cart. In all of the commotion, the ice cream vendor's cart has been knocked over and its contents have spilled out into the ground. What this means for our young adventurers is that they'll be able to explore this frozen cave of interesting challenges and colorful Lovecraftian horror.
Oh, wow.
We have one anthill that's actually somebody decided to bury a bunch of toxic stuff in the park. And so there's all these toxic chemicals under the ground. The environment looks very cool and very spooky with all of these sort of chemical pools. And of course, nothing can live down there except for one type of insect, the cockroach. We're oftentimes reinventing environments, and in future updates, you're gonna see a ton of new stuff. You do a lot of fighting against insects of all shapes and sizes. We didn't just want it to look better, we also knew we wanted...
Oh, they really gotta get an arachnophobia mode now. Holy. They look good, though. I mean, I've never really have been afraid of spiders, in like the sense of, oh, I'm afraid of spiders, right? In the game, they're scary because they're very powerful, so it was not irrational fear. But now, wow, a lot of people with irrational spider fears are ooh, damn.
Wanted to add a new layer of strategy. The changes that we've made aren't limited to tuning animations or adjusting attack or defense numbers or making characters or insects move faster or slower. But we did all that too, but there's also an entire sort of rock, paper, scissors strategy involving light attacks, heavy attacks, and blocking.
Oh.
We've also added dashing as a new way to both get out of danger quickly or jump in for a quick attack.
Oh, that's good!
And almost all the insects in the game will have these abilities now too. Sort of like a chess match, but one that's super frenetic, looks super cool, and is ultimately just a ton of fun.
That's sick, dude!
We're leaning into clear play styles for tanky warriors, low defense, high damage rogues.
Oh, the mosquitoes.
Effect-wielding mages, and ranged hunters.
Oh.
In the first Grounded, we have mutation.
That sounds too OP, I'm not gonna lie. The bows? They look a little bit too OP, I'm not gonna lie.
And there were weapons and armors that favored different playstyles. In Grounded 2, not only will there be passive mutations, but there will also be active mutations.
Oh.
And a lot of those mutations support these archetypes.
My favorite way to play pretty much any game is chasing after those game-breaking builds. And that's why I'm so excited for what we're doing with archetypes in Grounded 2.
Ah, so you ruined the first game, so you can do it better in the next game. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'm still a bit cautious in being optimistic about the balancing in this game. Like, it's not like the previous update that I was playing was broken. I do believe that the passive that you could like upgrade to the max, right? It was pretty powerful, but I wouldn't say it was OP because it only worked after you've beaten the enemy a couple times, so you could build a weapon that was powerful, right? So, I mean, yeah. But, okay. Continue.
I'm all in on the rogue. Now, you can even dual-wield daggers. I've been dialing in this glass
sick.
cannon build that stacks ambush, assassin, and cardio fan mutations with the wolf
I believe you could already do that, double wielding, no? I believe you could.
bane daggers and the wolf spider armor. It lets me open up combat with massive backstab
No,
damage
not
that also inflicts venom.
Come on, man. The only peaceful... Ah, gods.
Then, I can use the extra stamina to reposition and try to dodge, rinse, and repeat. It's high risk, high reward, and absolute chaos in all the
Spiders are gonna be nothing in this game, dude.
I'm looking forward to seeing what wild combos the community comes up with and what they inevitably break once they get their hands on the archetype system. It's gonna be awesome watching it evolve with player feedback and watching us try to keep up with all of your game-breaking builds.
One of the great things about Grounded is the variety of players it attracts, from builders to crafters and everything in between. If you've ever watched me on Casually Grounded livestream, you'd know that I'm neither. I am a murderer.
It's neither, not neither. It's neither. Stupid Americans.
Of insects. Personally, I prefer the term harvester. I love going out, hitting things, and bringing the materials like insect body parts back to my friends to use. This way, we keep progressing and playing together.
We're also trying to make sure that armor and equipment are easily understood by the player, especially when they're playing co-op with their friends.
Smart.
It was really...
Oh. Wait a minute. Mint is now a... Okay, hold up. I know you had like weapons with like special like elements on it. Interesting.
Really important for us to deliver on all of that for the bigger space and experience, because that was the only way we could truly support the feature the community has been asking for since the very first Grounded release.
Which was?
Mounts.
Oh, mounts, okay.
Our mounts, we call them buggies, have an entire suite of moves and have their own special abilities and attacks.
Ooh, that's kind of
we really
OP though.
wanted the buggies to be an extension of the player in every way possible. And that meant making sure that buggies had unique and valuable abilities across all the core pillars of Grounded.
Oh,
so that
that's
doesn't
so
just
cool.
mean exploration and travel. That has gameplay implications for combat, crafting.
And I see, look, you can see on the spider, there's like a little bag. Look at that. There's like a little bag there. So maybe there's actually gonna be mount storage as well, which would be great, because running out of storage was definitely a big problem in this game for me.
For combat, crafting, and building as well.
Oh, wow.
Just like how we wanted to expand on player playstyles throughout the game, we're going to make sure that every buggy that we add has its own personality.
Aww.
The Red Ant Soldier can enlist up to 2 Red Ant workers to follow you around and help you out. If you get into combat and you don't want to fight while you're saddled on your buggy, you can jump off and they'll fight right alongside you and provide support.
What?
The Orb Weaver buggies are a little less useful when it comes to general utility, like building a base or harvesting, but they're awesome when it comes to combat. Sure, their defenses aren't super strong, but they're heavy hitters. They're also super fast, and they have some great special abilities, like a scream that allows them to stun lesser-powered insects, and the ability to shoot webs and entangle other creatures.
Nice.
So the Orb Weavers won't be your base-building buggy. You should use the Red Ant Soldier for that. But they're super fun for exploration and combat.
Yeah, I bet.
Red Ant Soldiers and Orb Weaver Spiders will be available at Game Preview launch. There will be others in the future, but those are the 2 we're starting with.
Bro, the Wolf Spider would be too OP with the Venom attacks, bro.
The connection that our Grounded community has with us is something we want to keep forging with the sequel as we make an even bigger game than the original.
Pretty much from day one, we knew we wanted to return to Game Preview for Grounded 2. Sure, it comes with some trade-offs, like the game's not done and it's out to the world.
Oh.
But there's so much value in building it alongside the community. Buggies change how you traverse and navigate the park. What we're doing with Grounded 2 is we're actually keeping zip lines held back so we can see how players engage with buggies, and then we can tweak zip lines to bring them back over time to really complement that buggy experience and make exploring the park far more fun. That kind of feedback loop helped shape the original Grounded, and we wanted to shape the design for Brook Hollow Park, archetypes, buggies, all of it. We also learned a lot from that first time around. One thing that stood out immediately, players blaze through our content, especially the story. That makes sense. Story, characters, world building, that's kind of Obsidian's thing. It's the flavor we bring to the survival genre. So this time, we're starting with a much bigger baseline.
There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park. Chaos descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will.
One of our favorite parts of the first game was watching the community uncover clues and spin up theories. This time around, we're leaning even more into that, and we'll be keeping a close eye on what our players discover and how they interpret it. Because you never know what might inspire us as development moves forward.
We really started to hit our groove at the end of Grounded 1. We found that being open about what we were planning and then following through was key to building trust with the community. As a small team, we had to experiment with update pacing.
That's basic human psychology. If you promise something and you actually, provide what you said you would provide, people are going to trust you because you seem trustworthy. That's not really like rocket science, isn't it? Like, if you say you're going to do something and you do something, then people will trust you. Like that's just it. Like, it's just perceived intelligence. Like, or knowledge, perceived knowledge. Like, they see you do what you said you were gonna do, so they expect you to be a specific kind of person or studio that actually provides what they promise. Right? That makes sense, no?
And scope. And what we found resonated the most with all of you were bigger, beefier updates, even if it took us a little longer to land.
Absolutely.
So, that's the plan. Larger, more complete updates spaced out just enough so we can take your feedback seriously and make every drop count. You can expect in our big updates, new buggies, new biomes, new building pieces, all the good stuff. And we're launching with a public roadmap so everyone knows what to be excited about in the future.
That's
all of us
huge.
At Obsidian Entertainment and Eidos Montreal are super excited about how close we are to letting all of you players get shrunk a second time and explore the all-new park on buggies in Grounded 2. If you're a returning Grounded player, we're really looking forward to you experiencing all the improvements. If this is your first time getting tiny, then all I can tell you is that a world with an entirely new perspective and an entirely new feel awaits you in Brook Hollow Park.
No, that's not what you tell them. You tell them, go play Grounded 1 first. The fuck? No. Don't play Grounded 2 before you play Grounded 1? What's wrong with you? What? No!
It's time to ride together and survive together.
I swear, bro, I genuinely believe people that play games not in the chronological order, they psychopath, bro. Like, you don't care about the stories, you don't care about the characters, you don't care about the lore, you don't care about anything. You just see like a game that looks fun, and then you're completely confused about everything. Like, that's not fun. Unless you only like care about the gameplay, but like, bro, like half the fun in this game is the lore, in my opinion. But hey, to each their own, right?